If you've been doing Kegels because that's what everyone told you you're supposed to do, but you're still getting a lot of leaking, tension, pressure, or heaviness down there, well, this video is for you. Now, most women are not told that pelvic floor muscles actually don't need to tighten and strengthen all the time. This can make your symptoms worse. Most women are not told how their pelvic floor needs to work with their breath, with coordinating with all their core muscles, their posture and alignment, and how that all works together to actually solve these issues and not feel this tension, pressure, or leaking. So in this video, I'm going to show you how Kegel exercises are actually right for you, how to tell if you're doing things correctly, and if they may be actually contributing to that pain, pressure, or leaking that you're getting. And if they are not helping, you'll also learn what you need to shift and what you need to try instead so you can actually get some results. So number one, you're actually having more control and less tension. You should not feel that tension down there or feel like you're having this pressure or heaviness. What you do want to check in and make sure, just check in with your inner thighs right now as you're sitting here watching this video. Are you gripping them? Are you pulling them in? Do you feel a lot of tension or tightness in your glutes or your abs? You're gripping and tightening. Any of that is telling you that doing those Kegel exercises are not going to help your problem because you're already holding a lot of tension down there. So if you have trouble relaxing and you're just not aware, if you're actually keeping a lot of that tension during the day, then most likely those Kegel exercises are just going to make things worse for you. Instead, you should feel that control and release and relaxation, especially down in the pelvic and the hip area. Number two, your leaks, your bladder leaks are actually improving more with time as you're doing the Kegel exercises. That's how to know they are working for you. But if it's been about 4 weeks and you've still been working on those squeezes, maybe every time you're sitting in the car at a traffic light or standing in line at the grocery store, you're tightening and clenching, but you're still having the bladder leaks and those symptoms have not resolved, then most likely this is not the right type of exercise for you. Now, working on just tightening your pelvic floor, that's just one part of your core system. And your core system really takes into account your breathing, your abdominals, your lower back, and your pelvic floor all together. So what you need to do instead, if you are having a lot of leaks still with doing those Kegel exercises, is go back to one of my other videos all about diaphragmatic breathing and just start with the breathing. See if you can let that tension go through your pelvic floor and then work on your pulling in those muscles only with your exhale. If you're coordinating the breath with letting go on your inhale and then exhaling and you're contracting the muscles, that is a more efficient way to actually use your core in the best way, not just tightening and pulling in the vaginal muscles all the time. So that goes into number three. You can actually coordinate your Kegel exercise with your breath. Like I mentioned, you want to inhale and keep a lot of relaxation down there. And then as you exhale, that's when you draw in the muscles. Think of through the vaginal opening, you're pulling in and up like you're squeezing a marble. On your exhale, if you can't coordinate the breath with it, then you know that you're not doing them correctly. So dial it back a notch, just work on the breathing exercises and trying to get your brain to connect to your muscles and slow it down. Start on your back with your knees bent, practicing this a few times a day, and you'll notice over 2 weeks, coordinating your breath with the contraction and the control, and then allowing your muscles to relax and not holding a lot of tension throughout your day, just checking in with your body, that is going to make a bigger difference over time, and it's actually going to help your symptoms. Number four, you're not doing Kegels all day long. So we don't want to do 100 a day. I've heard this countless times from women that maybe their doctor told them they're having bladder problems or prolapse and they say, oh, just do your Kegel exercises. So they end up overdoing it and doing hundreds in a day. You don't want to do that. With any kind of exercise, coordinate the breath with it and also just do about 10 to 15 a few times a day, and that's enough to really get that coordination and control rather than over tensing all the time. So number five, symptoms like pain, heaviness, or pressure are not getting better. So you know Kegels might not be right for you or the way you're doing them if you're actually having more of those kind of symptoms, because instead we want our symptoms to be getting better. We want to start feeling better and more in control of our body. And if you're just doing those squeezes but not noticing improvement in symptoms, we'll do what I just mentioned, going back to work on diaphragmatic breathing and going back to some of the basics and working through some exercises. I even have a download I'll put in the link below in the description of a 5-minute pelvic floor and core reset that you can do that teaches you the proper way to really use your core properly, so you're not just squeezing and doing Kegel exercises, and it's going to make a bigger difference in your symptoms that way to do them correctly. So I have a guide that can show you all through that, and it'll get sent to your email. So the bottom line is Kegels are not bad, but they have to be done properly and also with the right type of instruction. Not all squeezes are going to be the right thing for your body, and strengthening exercises, just like any other area in your body, you want to do what's right for you. So learning how to use your core in a proper manner and being able to use those muscles all together like a system, not just one area and tensing and squeezing, is going to do more benefit, especially if you're a woman over 40 and we start losing that strength in the vaginal muscles as we get older. So just tightening and tensing your muscles down there all the time is not always the way to go. Now, if you're on this channel, I want you to stay on this channel, go to the next video, incontinence exercises that actually work better than Kegels. Keep watching. Thanks so much, and we'll see you again in another video.